Okay, awesome. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and CEO of Teamzy. Welcome to the webinar tonight. We are going to have some fun together. Here's what we're going to do. Tonight's topic is getting started right with Teamzy and become a Power Hour boss. Okay, so I'm going to teach you both of those things tonight. We're going to show you how to set up Teamzy and get started with it. It's pretty easy, but I'll walk you through the process. Then we'll jump in. I'll show you how to do a Power Hour. How to connect with people. You can easily, with this system, connect with 20 people in 15 minutes. I'll teach you how to connect, have a conversation, ask questions, invite them to learn about your business, and then follow up like a pro. The whole process, from the first hello all the way through signing them up onto your team. Okay, we'll do all of that, and then I'll do an open Q&A at the end. Sound good? So you guys see the Q&A button down there? You can start loading questions in there, and I will stay until we've answered all of them. If you don't have any questions, it's great. We'll have a great night, and I'll say good night. Sound good? Okay. Let me just open up my presentation here and just keep in mind, I'm going to be giving you guys a ton of content tonight. It may feel like you're sipping water from a fire hose at times. I apologize for that. But also remember, we are recording, so if you ever want to go back to any of it, it's there for you. Okay. So let's start with this. Get started right with Teamzy and become a Power Hour boss. By the way, feel free to use that hashtag when you're crushing your business in Teamzy. Hashtag Power Hour Boss. A little bit about my backstory for those of you guys who have not met me before. I come from a background of coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach for 16 years, helping people build their business. I fell into network marketing by accident, probably like a lot of you. I found some products that really helped me. I lost a bunch of weight, felt great. People were asking me about it, and I was just sharing because it was working for me. And then when I realized what an incredible business opportunity it was, I put on my coach hat and started thinking, what do I need to do to be successful at this? The first thing I went looking for were tools, professional tools to help me leverage my time to be more efficient, something that would help me really stay in contact with people. And well, obviously it didn't exist, or none of us would be here together tonight, right? So just a little bit of the background on that. I wanted a system that would allow me to do in 1 hour a day, because I only had an hour a day for my business. Anyone relate to that? I wanted a way to stay in touch with all of my contacts, all of them. Okay, and I'm going to teach you just a little bit about relationship marketing tonight, but the people that you know are more valuable than anything else. So I wanted a way to stay in touch with them. Also, I wanted to know when I should contact them and when not to. In other words, please don't make me think. Can you just tell me who to connect with today? Also, I wanted to know what to say to them. Just to start the conversation, an easy way to start a conversation with somebody so that I wasn't staring at my screen trying to come up with the perfect message, right? Getting stuck in that analysis paralysis. I just wanted, just give me a couple things I can use to start a conversation. Also, I needed a system that would allow me to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. And you guys know how that feels, right? Watching leads fall through the cracks. The truth is, more are falling through the cracks than you think right now. And when we get to the portion of my training where I teach you about following up, you guys will probably have that big realization as well. So I was looking for something that would do all of this for me and something that would allow me to do it so efficiently I could get it done in an hour. Now, there was one more piece of the puzzle, and that was this. It needed to be easy to use. And I did find a few programs out there that were very complicated and very hard to use. I needed something so easy. See, I'm really not good at tech. Tonight, you may think I'm good at tech. I'm good at Teamzy, because it's easy, but I'm really not good at tech. So for me, it had to be easy. So we couldn't find it. Obviously, it just wasn't out there. The few products that were out there, besides being complicated and ugly, were geared towards this whole find them, fleece them, and forget them, go for no approach, which seems to have taken dominance in our industry. None of them were based on building real relationships. So we built Teamzy for you. Okay, so without getting too deep into it, just let you know what's happened over the last couple of years since we've been in business. Our average user, we've had more than 60,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is amazing, humbling. But also our average active users. They're averaging 21 new customers, 9 recruits, and I think 315 new prospects added over 90 days. That's the averages for the active people. Pretty cool, not bad, right? So think about your team. How cool would it be if everyone in your team were an active user of Teamzy and were averaging these results compounded over time? How would that business look for you? I'm going to show you tonight in my demonstration exactly the amount of activity these guys are doing. Okay, pretty cool. All right, let's jump out of this real quick, jump into Teamzy. We'll come back to that a little bit later. I'll give you guys some action steps. Teamzy, where are you hiding from me? There we go. Okay, so you're looking at my Teamzy dashboard. It may look slightly different from your dashboard because there's over 50 versions of Teamzy. They're all the same. It's just that they're customized for different networks. This is the generic version. We call it Teamzy Standard. All right. So anything that looks slightly different from yours, you'll get the idea. It's just vocabulary differences. Okay. So a couple things I want to say right off the bat. If you're not already using Teamzy, we give you 30-day free trial of Teamzy. It's free for everybody for 30 days, full access for 30 days. Okay, we don't ask for your credit card or anything weird like that. We just want you to use it, fall in love, and stay with us forever so we can be part of your success story. So if you have not done so already, go to teamzy.com and get your 30-day free trial started. Okay, if you're already in your 30-day free trial and are loving it, you can set up your subscription at any time and you won't get billed until after your 30 days is up. Okay, so once you've signed up for your free trial, you'll drop right into what's called the Setup Wizard. Okay, the Setup Wizard is just a little program that helps you set this up easily. If you need to get to your Setup Wizard and you've dismissed it like I have, you just go to this little menu on the top right, this cogwheel, and click Setup Wizard. So let me walk you through this real quick. All right. So we're going to do 3 things in the Setup Wizard. One, we're going to set your income goal. Okay, we're just going to figure out what income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now. Teamzy is then going to backward engineer that number and tell you what to do every day to hit it. Pretty cool. Also, we'll help you create a powerful why. This is such an essential part of this business, and so many people skip it because it's too hard or whatever. We've made it easy. We'll go through that together. Also, we're going to get your contacts into Teamzy from wherever they are. Get them all in one place. Super mega organized. You can access them anywhere you are, wherever you have your phone or computer, you can get to them. So there's no more running around on little pads of paper, little sticky notes in a shoebox. Oh my gosh, spreadsheets that you never update. It'll all be here for you, okay? Let's get started. Step 1, income goal. So just put a number in the box. I put 150,000 in as my goal, okay? Now, I don't know if we have any guys in here that are already, making great income with their teams. Maybe you're a leader on your team. If you're already making, let's say you're already making more than this already, what I want you to do is figure out what the income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now. Like, what's the growth? So if you're at 150 now and you want to be at 300, then put 150 as your goal. Make sense? If you're just getting started, just put your total number in there. This is your 12-month goal, by the way, not your ultimate goal, just your 12-month goal. Okay, so I put 150 in. Next page. Now Teamzy is telling me that I need to connect with, over the next 12 months, 4,348 people. That's a lot of people, right? 4,348 people. So how do you eat an elephant? Anyone know this one? One bite at a time, right? So the next page is the breakdown page. Okay, and this is the page where it breaks it down for me, that 4,348, first between 3 groups, prospects, customers, and distributors on my team. Then it breaks it down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. So now that huge number is something I can actually do in 15 minutes a day, honestly. It's connect with 9 prospects, connect with 6 customers, and 4 people on my team. Pretty cool. That's 19 people. 19 people, 15 minutes. Okay. Now I want you to know you can change these. You can edit these numbers. These are a suggestion. Let's say you don't have any distributors. You're brand new. You can make that a 0. And you could put that 4 over on the prospects number. Okay. If you have no customers, do the same thing. Put all 19 over there. Okay. Whatever you want these numbers to be, I'm going to put that one at 10 and this one back to 4. See, I made it an even 20. See what I did there? I like it to be even. I'm just one of those people. Okay. So look, whatever you want this to be, once you put the numbers in where you want them, when you hit continue, it saves them to your dashboard so that your dashboard will be set up for your personal goals. Each one of you will have a special custom dashboard. Okay. So these are connect goals. Connecting. All we do in a connect is we just connect. We just want to start a conversation, and I call it making someone's day. The make someone's day is make someone's day mindset. We're not trying to sell or recruit on a connect. We're just saying hello. Okay. And the goal again is to make contact and start a conversation. See, we're taught traditionally to cold invite mass numbers of people, right? Probably a lot of you guys have been taught this. Cold invite mass numbers of people. and look for the people who are interested. Well, what happens when you do that is there might have been a lot more people who might be interested, but now you've turned them off, maybe permanently, because they saw you coming. It was about you. It was about what they could do for you instead of what you could do for them. With relationship marketing, we start a conversation. Our goal is to make their day. And we hope during that conversation, while we're asking questions and being interested in them, not just what they can do for us, that we find a way to help them, right? And as we uncover their wants and needs, a lot of times we'll uncover opportunities to share our business in an organic way so that our pipeline is full of really qualified people. And the people who aren't interested right now have not been turned off or turned away. We'll connect again with them later and go deeper. Make sense? That's kind of in a nutshell how it works. So these goals here are your connects. Invites, see the goal here is 3 invites. Invites are when you actually invite somebody to learn about the business. You invite them to coffee, a one-on-one, a three-way call, an opportunity event, a party, whatever it is for you Beachbody people, maybe a challenge group, I don't know. Those are your invites. Okay, so it's only 3 out of 20 in this example. And then ads, the last box, these are just new people that you're adding to your list. It's just a goal of putting new people in Teamzy on a daily basis, okay? Once all those numbers are where you want them, click continue and it's saved. Next step is finding your why. Finding your why. This is a big one. This is a big one because, well, how do I put this nicely? 1 out of 2 of you guys will quit the business in your first year. That's the statistic for our industry. 1 out of 2 quit in the first year, which is a lot. It's millions of people giving up this business. And the reason why people quit, right, is the opportunity different for the people who are successful as opposed to people who quit? No, it's the same opportunity. People just quit because we're wired to kind of go where it's easiest. I mean, we're like water. We take the path of least resistance. And the only exceptions to our default mode, which is quitting, is when we have a good enough reason to stick to something. You gotta have a reason. This is why you've heard so many people talk about their why. Gotta do the why. There's a whole shelf of it at the bookstore. How to find your why. And I think that the fact that there's a whole shelf at the bookstore intimidates people and they don't do it because it seems too hard, too mystical. I'm here to tell you, you don't need to go to a sweat lodge in Sedona to find your why. You already know your why. It's in your heart. We just need to pull it out. So we've done all the work on this, all the personal growth seminars and everything. And basically we've just simplified it down to 5 questions just to get you thinking. I'll take you through the process now, but it's a great place to start and you can get your first great version of a why doing this, right? And I recommend you do it each year to go a little deeper because you'll achieve it and then you'll need to go deeper with it. So let me take you through this process with my personal story just as an example. Imagine your own story as you go. But this is also a great tool to use with your teammates as they get started in the business, or maybe they've been going a little while to keep them going. Take them through this process so that they can help get their why. All right, let's do this. Again, these are just questions to get you thinking. So the first one here is, why did you become a distributor? Now, some of you guys know my story. For a while, I was a Beachbody coach, which I loved. And the only reason I'm not a Beachbody coach now is because their compliance wouldn't let me do Teamzy and Beachbody, which is fine. Teamzy has been unbelievable blessing to our family. So I'm actually grateful for that. But anyways, let me tell you the story. Why'd you become a distributor? I lost a bunch of weight. I lost 60 pounds in just a little more than 3 months. It was life-changing. And it wasn't just weight loss. You know, I was working out and getting strong and building muscle and just feeling amazing. And it was like I was a different person. So what happened? Everybody's asking me about it. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, I'm doing this. What are you doing? I'm doing this. What are you doing? I'm doing this. Finally, my wife said, hey, I think you could get paid for all those referrals you're sending them. So I signed up. Right? I didn't have a deep, lofty goal at that point. It just seemed to make sense that everyone was asking me about it. I should at least do it. What did you hope to accomplish? Next question. I remember asking my sponsor at the time, do you think I can make $500 a month extra money? I just want to make $500 a month doing this business. Do you think I could do that if I spent about an hour a day on it? He said, yeah, totally. Great. I just wanted to make $500. Again, not a deep goal. How many of you guys, though, $500 a month in your pockets? Pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why is that important to you? Next question, why is it important to you? Well, truth be told, I wanted to put that $500, I didn't want to spend it, I wanted to save it. I just wanted to put it in the bank. Are you guys like me, or do you get like a satisfaction about saving money, just putting it in the bank? Like it feels so good. And just to kind of give you some backstory on where I was at the time, we had come out of a really difficult season through the recession. I know some of you guys suffered through that recession. It was a hard time for a lot of people. My business was coaching primarily real estate people. That was the business I was in. And so the company I was with, when the real estate market literally disappeared overnight, started laying people off. It was crazy. Just laying people off every week, every Friday. It was, how many customers do we lose this week? How many staff need to go? And it probably would have been nicer to be laid off early, but I survived through most of the recession before I was laid off. But, I had to go find work. And I know probably a lot of you guys were in that situation. It was really scary because it felt like everybody in the world was looking for work. And so we quickly used our savings, and, we were blessed. I found work. We made it through the recession, barely, but we made it through. I like to say by my fingernails. But we didn't save any. We couldn't save any money. My goodness, we were just barely making it. So when the recession ended and things got good again, career-wise, something weird was happening. I still wasn't saving any money. Anybody relate to that? I mean, I was making great money, but we were using all of it to live. We weren't saving anything. So I thought, wow, how amazing. If I could put $500 a month in the bank, it would just feel so good, right? So next question here is, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? What would achieving this mean for you and your family? And honestly, I just wanted to buy a new house. I just wanted, and I know a lot of you guys have that goal, right? Buy a new home, or you dream about your dream home. I wasn't thinking dream home at this point. We were in a 3-bedroom house, which was great, but we have 4 kids, 2 dogs, and I was trying to work from home. It was just, we were on top of each other, and I just dreamt about getting a bigger house. So I thought, man, if I could save money long enough, maybe we could buy a new house, right? So now in 5 minutes, I've gone from, all right, sign me up, maybe I'll make a couple bucks, to dreaming about a new home. I'm starting to get excited about my business. Then I get to this next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? And, honestly, is buying a new home meaningful? Is it a meaningful goal, or is it just kind of materialistic? I'm not sure, but as I really started thinking about this, and I'll be honest, this question made me a little uncomfortable. It was kind of like the finding my inner child type stuff. I wasn't sure I wanted to even answer it, but I went through the process. As I really thought about it, some things started coming to my mind that I had never given myself permission really to think out loud, because I didn't want to know about it. Sometimes we protect ourselves from the truth, right? The house wasn't really the goal, but it was symbolic of something important. It was the home represents family, and what was wrong wasn't that our house was too small. It was that I wasn't part of our family experience. I just wasn't present. I was always working. I was never present with my family. My kids were growing up, and I was completely missing it. I'd get up in the morning and say goodbye to my kids while they were still in their beds. And I'd go to work. I'd work all day, and I'd come home in the evening. They were already done with supper without me, and I'd get them ready for bed. That was my job. Good morning and good night. I was the good morning and good night guy. And I remember my son at the time, who had just turned 5, he never called me daddy. He always called me somebody else's name. Usually parents make that mistake, but not kids. It's because I wasn't around. And I realized, I felt like I was doing what I should be doing, which is providing for my family. And having survived that recession put us in that survival mode mentality. I think a lot of us never got out of that, right? But I realized something, that as long as I was focused on providing for my family, I didn't get to be part of it. I didn't get to be part of my family. And that's not what I wanted. I wanted to have a family so that I could be their dad and their husband, my husband and my wife. I wanted to lead my family. I wanted to be part of their lives. So something happened to me while I was thinking about this, you guys. I went from, yeah, sign me up, I'll make $500 a month, to, whoa, huge aha moment. And so I just want to explain to you guys, when I wrote this first why. This was my why that came through this process. These are actually the words that I wrote down, and you'll see them in your account as the sample text that you type over. But my why was to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. Right? And built into that is not worrying about getting fired. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. This was my why. I wrote it down word for word. This is the exact thing that I looked at every day. And once I wrote this down, huge changes in me psychologically. I started realizing, oh my gosh, first of all, I had been thinking about network marketing as extra money. How many of you guys think of it as extra money or your side hustle? And I had a full-time career, which I was very proud of because it gave me status, right? I had a nice office and people looked up to me and they respected me. And I was thinking about network marketing as my extra money. Here's what I realized. If I really wanted this life where I wasn't worried about getting fired or worried about the money I made, and I got to be with my family, it was not going to happen in my career. I was already at the top of my career. There was nowhere else to go. And yet we were stuck. But on this over here, this network marketing opportunity, wow, this could get me everything that I want. And something happened in my brain, you guys. I had a switch. I stopped thinking of my career as my full-time job. I started thinking of my career job as my side hustle. And I started thinking of my network marketing business as the vehicle that would get me the life that I want. Once I thought of my six-figure side hustle as what it was, these guys are going to pay me to build my business, everything was different. Within 3 months, actually, I'd left my job and was full-time at home working on my business. Now, I told you guys that I had nowhere to work at home, right? We were on top of each other, toys and kids everywhere. Some of you guys know this story. I went to Home Depot and I bought one of those sheds that they sell out in the parking lot. I had it put in my backyard. I ran an extension cord out there. I built a desk out of an old closet door and a pallet. And I started working out of a shed in my backyard. I mean, it was sweaty hot in the summer and freezing cold in the winter. And I didn't care. I was making it happen. I made it happen. It all started when I wrote my why down. Now, what happens when you write this why and you click continue is that it saves to your dashboard. Every day when you turn on Teamzy to do your power hour, you're confronted with this why. And this is why it's so powerful, because things will happen in your life that are major, right? A tornado will tear the roof off of your house. You have somebody close to you pass away. There's sickness. There's relationships that implode. The economy blows up like it did to us. These things happen. And you need a why. You need a reason to persist. But even worse than this, what happens are the little things like this emotion that tells you, I don't know if I just really don't feel like doing it today. Maybe I'll just skip today. You know what I mean? It's like with working out. Anybody relates to that where you're like, I don't feel like it today. I'm just not going to do it. I'll do it tomorrow. That little procrastination urge, that little maybe I don't feel like it today will destroy you. That's why 1 out of 2 people quit. You gotta ask yourself when you don't feel like doing it. In my case, do I want to be worried about losing my job? Do I want to be worried about money for the rest of my life? Do I want to stay stuck where I am? Or do I want this? That why confronts you and pushes you forward. And if it gets you to work 4 or 5 days a week where you might have blown off and only done one, what difference will that make over time? Huge. Don't skip your why. I'm sorry I spent so much time on it. I'm really passionate about this. It's so important. You got to do this. Leaders on your team, when you are sponsoring people and they won't go through this process with you to create their why, there's your red flag that you have somebody who's not serious about this business. On the other side, helping them find it will help them have the stick-to-itedness to be successful. I know it's not a word, but it should be. All right, let's go to the next page. So again, when I save this, whatever's in this last box saves to your home screen. To your dashboard in Teamzy. Last step here is getting all your files imported into Teamzy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, the first group that you want to import is your team, right? Your first level 1 people, get them into Teamzy. Okay, you should be able to export that list from your back office. In a lot of cases, we have instructions if we know your back office. If not, you'll have to figure that out. But get your first level people imported into Teamzy first. Number two, you're going to get your customer list imported into Teamzy. Okay, and then the third list you're going to get is your Facebook friends. Which, by the way, this is actually very easy to do now. It used to be really complicated. Now it's very easy to do. There's a little video there to help you do it. And then anywhere else you have contacts, get them all into Teamzy. Okay, now there's a few videos here, right here in the setup wizard. You can skip this wizard though, anytime. And find many more videos over here in the help center. Okay. Also, if you find it really annoying to be following along with the video, if you scroll down, you can get all these instructions in writing, like written instructions. Okay. Cool. All right, that's all in the Help Center. All right, so where am I? Teamzy, where'd you go? Great. So if you dismiss the wizard at any stage, you can get back to it always by clicking up there, okay? And also to do your imports, if you don't do them from inside the wizard, you go to the team page right here on the left and you click import, okay? Great, okay. Now, once you get everybody imported, as you import files, Teamzy will take you to the team page and it will toggle on what's called rank mode. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. So right after you do an import, you'll be over here and it'll toggle on rank mode. I'll get it right here. Wait, where am I? Sorry, over here, this menu, rank mode. Now what rank mode lets you do is it lets you scroll your list and give people a rating of 5 stars to 1 star. Okay, so if Luis was awesome, I'd give him 5 stars, but he's not, so I'm gonna give him 2. All right, so you guys understand that, right? You rate everything on stars. Now this is an important piece of the puzzle because with relationship marketing, you should talk more often with the best people. Does that make sense? You should talk more often to the best people. In other words, the people who are most likely to help you in your business or join your business, or maybe they're already part of your team and they're the rock stars, or they're just the people you love talking to, your favorite people. You should spend more time with them because 80% of your business will come from 20% of your relationships, right? But Teamzy lets you stay in touch with everybody. And we do it with the star system. So most people on your list will be 3 stars. 3 stars will come up on your list every 90 days. But your 5-star people, your best people, they're going to show up every 30 days, every single month. You're going to get a reminder to connect and say hello and keep that relationship going. Okay, so 5 stars is 30 days, 4 stars is 60 days, 3 stars is 90 days, 2 stars is 120 days. You get the idea. Okay, so based on their ranking, they're going to come up more often. Once you've done this one time and set this up, in other words, you're basically just looking for 4s and 5s because everybody defaults to 3 to start. Once you've done this once, you guys, you never, ever have to plan your power hour again. Teamzy does it automatically for you. Every day, it's just going to tell you who's up, who you're going to connect with today. Boom, and you do it. You just follow the list. Okay? And then as you're connecting with people, suddenly people will pop up again when they're due again. You don't have to worry about it. Nobody falls through the cracks. It's done for you every day. How cool is that? And of course, you can change the ranks as you go at any time while you're doing stuff. Okay. Makes sense? You guys with me so far? Okay, great. Let's really quick do a power hour together. You guys ready? I'll show you the workflows. Now, here's our dashboard for Teamzy. Just going to show you a couple things. You'll see down here's my why right there in front of me that we set. And when I hover over things, if you wonder what they are, if you look over where my why was, it'll actually explain what those are. If you ever get confused, you can hover over things and see. So a couple things. Today's activities, these are the goals that we set. In our example, we're going to connect with 10 prospects each day, 6 customers, and 4 distributors. Okay, we're also going to invite 3 people to the business, and we're going to add 3 people to our list. When I do all of those things, I get a 100% you crushed it. Right here where it says 0% complete, it'll say you crushed it, which is incredibly satisfying to get, right? All right, so let's do it. Down here on the Power Hour module, see right here where it says Power Hour? This is where we're going to do our work. Now, on the left side, I've got my lists, prospects, customers, distributors, and my follow-ups, okay? On my right side is where I'm going to log my activity. Make sense? Okay, cool. So this tells you who to connect with today. Then you go connect with them. And then you log it. So now you've recorded and tracked that you connected with them. And they're going to automatically come back when they're due again. Pretty cool, right? So the first person on my list, we're going to start left to right always. So I start with my prospects is Jay. Okay, so I'm going to connect with her. Now I've got open right here on another tab, Facebook. Okay, I'm going to use Facebook to message Jay. Now, you can record in Teamzy however you connect with people, Facebook, email, text, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, phone call, greeting card, in person, other, okay? Facebook is the most common and the most effective, so that's what I'm going to demonstrate today. Why do I say it's the most effective? Because it has the highest response rate of any form of communication ever in the history of human beings. Pretty cool. Yeah, over the entire network of Facebook users, which I don't even know, it's more than 1 billion people now. The response rate on messengers is above 90%. Isn't that crazy? It might not always be like that, but it is right now, so use it if you can. All right, so I'm going to send her a message. Now, here's where people get stuck. Oh my gosh, what am I going to say to her? What am I going to say to her? What am I going to say to her? How do I start this conversation? I haven't talked to her in years. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to know. Right here where it says scripts, I've put some really easy conversation starters in here. Now, I'm not telling you you should have all your conversations scripted. We just want to get it started for you, okay? So click on that. I'm going to go to Facebook, and then I'll just pick one of these scripts, like connect number 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Basic, simple. Now, maybe if I've never spoken to her, I might say something like this. Number 3. Hi, Jane, I saw you cross my Facebook feed and thought I'd say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. This one's great for people you're Facebook friends with, but have never talked to on Facebook. Because this happens, right? You see people's feed and you think about them, but you don't ever message them. Now you'll message them. So when you see a script you like, what you do is you just click copy script. Okay? Now it's copied. I can get out of there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that script as is right into Teamzy so I can edit it. First of all, the name's Jane. It needs to be the right name. Okay? Maybe I like to add an emoticon. Let's see, just a little smiley face is good. So once you have this message just the way you want it, right? It's going to be a Facebook message. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy and send it in Facebook. I used to just do all this editing in Facebook, but then guess what I did a couple times? I accidentally sent the message with the wrong name. So this is why I do it in Teamzy. I'm safe. So toggle over to Facebook. I'm going to look Jay up. It only takes me a second to look her up. There she is. Boom. Okay. I'm going to go to her page, send her this message. Okay. So paste that in, ready to go, send. Okay. Good. You can see I've sent these a few times because she works for us and she's my demo girl. Thank you, Jay, for letting me message you at all hours of the day with this message. All right, so so that's been now sent in Facebook. Now I'm going to finish logging it here, so it's ready to go. I'm going to click the big blue log connect button. Boom. Done. She's off my list. You notice that? She's gone off my list. Now I've got a 1 up on my scoreboard. Next person who's up is Hobie. So guess what I'm going to do? I still have it on my clipboard. I'm just going to paste that same script in there and change the name again. By the way, just a little pro tip. Always put their first name in your message. Always. Okay? Facebook doesn't like seeing you paste the same message over and over and over again. They think you're doing something weird. So as long as you're customizing that greeting, then it will see it as a unique message and you'll have no worries. So that's ready to go. Now I'll do the same thing. I'll copy it. I'll go over to Facebook. I'll send it to Hobie, right? And then I'm going to log it here again the same way. Big blue button. Boom. Now I've got 2 done. I'm going to go down my list and just do it over and over and over. Do you use the same script? You can totally use the same script. Why not? 10 times. Because the conversations that result will all be organic and different. So I'm going to jam down that list until I get to 10. That's my goal for the day. Whatever your goal is, you're going to get to that before you switch lists. When I get to my 10 for the day, great. I'm done connecting with prospects today. Now I'll toggle over to customers. By the way, these lists only show you 5 names at a time on purpose. It's to keep you focused and from being overwhelmed. Okay? So the first person on my list is Gail. I'm going to do the same thing now. I'm going to message her on Facebook, but first I'll go to scripts and I'll look at some customer scripts. All right, so here's a great one. How are you enjoying the products? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. It's a great one. Or how about this one? Hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. This is my favorite one ever. If you haven't sent this ever to your best customers, try it tonight. See what happens. They'll be blown away. It's so great. So look, I copied that. Now I'm going to come in here, same way. It only takes me a second. Paste it in there. Gail, ready to go, right? Now I'd send it to her on Facebook, boom, and then log it here. Now, a couple things about this. You see, it's all the same. It does exactly the same way. I'm just on a new list. Log it. Now you can see I've got 1 on my customer scoreboard. It's so important to stay in touch with your customers. How many of you guys, you can push a little button and raise your hand. How many of you guys wish you did a better job of staying in touch with your customers? Hands are all going up. Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing. This system will help you do it. The cool thing about this is you don't have to create an overcomplicated system. Like, oh, well, I want to do it 2 days before their order renews. And like, you don't need a complicated system like that. If you put them in Teamzy, everyone cycles through, you'll stay in regular contact with people. You don't need to talk to them every month before their order, but you need to be in touch with them. Okay? Regular contact. Now, a couple things happen. First of all, you're not gonna feel guilty anymore when you're in regular contact because you know you're serving them the way you want to. But number two, I don't know if you guys know this, so I'm just gonna tell you. If you're in regular contact with customers, just in regular contact, they'll order more products. They'll order more products. And if they're on a recurring order, they'll retain longer. So if you said to me, Eric, how do I increase my team, my volume and my retention? I would say, just stay in contact with your customers. Just stay in contact. There's no magic script. Just like that one I just shared with you. Is there anything I can do today to make your day? How are the products? Send me an update. Let me know if I can be of help. Something simple like that. That's all you need. It's just being present for them and available for them, right? Make it easy for them to ask you a question. Oh, I've been meaning to message you. You'll hear people say, but they didn't. Why? Because it's just not convenient. But when they get your message, now they can reply. Make sense? Now, imagine if you got your whole team on, let's say, a 30-day free trial of Teamzy and everybody was in contact with their customers, what would happen to team volume that month? I've seen it go up on large teams by as much as 40% in the first month. Just having a system, a way to stay in contact. Now, the other reason why you got to be in touch with your customers is this, and honestly, I could give you guys an all-day training on just this topic, but the hottest source for a new customer, how many of you guys would like some new customers? And sometimes you just don't know where to go. The hottest source for a new customer is your current customer. Have you guys ever heard that before? The hottest source for a new customer is your current customer. Because think about it. People who are using products and love them, what do? They talk about them. They share. That's why you guys are here, right? And those people are already talking about your products to other people. The question is, do you know that they're doing that? And do you know with whom they're talking? Are you getting introduced to those people? Now, the way that you get introduced to the people that they're already talking to is by being in touch and asking them to, right? Who do you know that needs to learn more about this? Have you talked to anybody about it? Is there anybody I can help for you? Is there anybody I can take care of for you? Ask them. Could you introduce me quickly to them so that I can get them some more information? I'm here to tell you guys, if you've had one customer who's been in love with these products, you can leverage that person, you can help their friends, and you can get an endless stream of new business. You never have to prospect again as long as you're talking to your current customers. Honestly, in fact, your customers right now have people ready to buy right now. So make sure you're in touch with people, serve them, be present for them, and then get introduced to their friends. Okay, cool. Next. By the way, little side note, who's the best prospect to become a distributor on your team? The customer who gives you 3 or 4 names when you ask them, right? Next list, distributors. This is your team. You got to connect with them the same way. So many people neglect this, especially leaders with large teams. They're like, well, I just do a Facebook page or I do a live Zoom call and that's how I connect with my team. Guys, those are great tools, but they do not replace the one-on-one relationship. And what people need the most is connection to you as a leader. That's why we named our product Teamzy, not Leadsy or something weird like that. It's about your team. So this makes it easy. Just like your customers, it'll tell you who to connect with. If you've got 3 people on your team, it's going to be super easy. If you've got 10,000 people on your team, it's going to be doable. Make sense? Same thing. Just send them a quick message. Hey, I was thinking about you. I'm proud of you for. Congratulations on. Is there anything I can do for you today? Okay? In this case, we've got a goal of 4. We're going to go down Ulrika, then Andres, then Zahara. We're going to just message these people. Boom, boom, boom. Thinking about you today. It will make their day to get a message from you individually. And then when we're done with that list, we'll be done now connecting with prospects, customers, and distributors. In our example, it's 20 people. It will take us 15 minutes to send those messages. Do you guys see how quickly you can do that? Yeah. And it's a little addicting. You're going to be very excited about it because people will start responding and you'll have great conversations. Now, a little pro tip for you. As you start sending out these messages, some people will respond immediately. And I want you to resist the temptation to start having a conversation now until you finish sending out all your outgoing messages. See, what will happen is you'll get distracted 2 in and you'll never finish. So just let them wait 15 minutes while you finish these out, okay? So now when we've done our prospects, customers, and distributors, now we're gonna go work our follow-ups list. Now I want you guys to know the Teamzy follow-ups list will be empty until you put something on it. It's not automatic. These lists, prospects, customers, and distributors, your lists will constantly be cycling through so that you'll stay in touch and build those relationships. A follow-up is for a specific reason. So in other words, if somebody's interested in the business, I'm going to invite them to something, and then I'm going to follow up like a pro. So let me show you how to do that. So we messaged Jay, right? Jay now responds like, oh my gosh, great to hear from you. How have you been these last 10 years that you haven't talked to me, you big jerk? No, she didn't say that, but we're catching up, right? Messaging back and forth. Oh my gosh, what are you up to? I'm doing this, you know, and I'm learning about her. I'm finding out what's going on. I'm asking her questions. Okay. Now, I get this question all the time. People ask me, Eric, they don't want, you know, they send me a one-word answer like I'm good, or, you know, how do I have a conversation with somebody like that? Some conversations won't go anywhere. Okay. I just want you to know that's okay. I'm sending 20 messages. I'm hoping that I have a conversation with 10 of them. Okay. And the people who don't respond at all, don't give them a second thought. They're going to come back on your list again in a few months. You message them again. Just focus on the ones that do respond. But I will tell you just a little phrase that I have found incredibly effective for getting a conversation going. Okay. Send me an update. Forward, send me an update. How are you doing? Good. Send me an update. What are you up to? Send me an update. That's it. Then you'll get like the, you know, the Christmas card. Here's what we've done in the last year message, which gives you lots of things you can be interested in. Make sense? Send me an update. All right. So I'm talking to Jay. We're connecting, asking questions, getting updated on what she's doing in her life. And through the process, she asks me, you know, what about you, Eric? What are you doing these days? And so now I have an opportunity to tell her what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and why I'm so passionate about it, right? So I tell her, hey, well, you know, it's been amazing. I don't know if you remember, but remember when I lost a bunch of weight? Well, I ended up becoming a representative for that company, and it's been amazing. I left my full-time job, and now I'm home with my kids building my business, and it's really hard to even describe how awesome it's been. I get to help people all day long and not worry about money anymore. Wow. She's like, wow, that's really cool. Yeah. I mean, you know, so as we're talking about it, I'm talking about the business, I'm telling her what the benefits are. She's interested in learning some more, you know, so I may ask her, you know, if you're interested in learning more about it, I'd be happy to share something. In fact, Jay, we have an event tonight online. You can plug into it. We're going to talk about the opportunity, go through all the information. Are you busy tonight? She's like, no, I'm free tonight. Great. Are you interested in that? I'll send you the link. She says, yes, please send it to me. I'd like to learn more. Great. This is an invite, guys. I'm inviting her. So I'll send her. Okay, I'm going to send you the link right now. It's at 8 o'clock tonight. Great. Tune in. I'll connect with you tomorrow, Jay, and see if you have any questions. Sound good? Great. So how do I do it in Teamzy, right? So I need to go into Teamzy and log all this. So let me go back to Teamzy and show you how I do it. By the way, that whole conversation may happen via Facebook Messenger. I may say, let's jump on a phone call and talk, or jump on a Zoom if you've got a minute, really catch up. However you can finish that conversation doesn't matter as long as you have it. So now what I'll do is Jay's no longer on my dashboard, so I'm going to look her up in this lookup bar at the top of the page. That brings me to her record, okay? Now what I want to do, first thing I want to do is I want to log the invite type. So I open the connect box on this page by clicking the connect button. See, it opens that box just like on the dashboard. Now see on the bottom left where it says invite, I'm going to click that because I'm going to log this time, not a connect, but an invite. And this is actually, let's say it's this one, business opportunity meeting. Okay, I'm going to choose that one. You may have a little bit different choices on that dropdown based on which network version you're in. All right, so now I'm getting ready to log this invite. Now this was going to be, I'm sending her an email and I'm just going to say opportunity meeting link, right? That's what I sent her. Okay, great. Now before I log this, I need to set my follow-up. See how it's grayed out? There's no follow-up set. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to set the follow-up for tomorrow. Because if I told her I'd follow up tomorrow, right? And if I don't set a follow-up, she won't come back on my dashboard for 30 days. So by setting the follow-up for tomorrow, now when I log this connect, you can see it's on her record, it's scheduled. Now she will be on my follow-ups list tomorrow and I can't mess this up. There she is on my follow-ups list. You see that? Okay. So I've invited her to something and now I'm gonna follow up like a pro. Now, just real quick, the way you do your power hour is you go through your prospects, your customers, your distributors, just like I showed you so far. And then the last thing you do is your follow-ups. You're going to work your follow-ups list and send messages to follow up on people. So let's just do one as an example, show you how to do it in Teamzy. And then I'm just going to spend maybe 5 minutes training you guys on how to be pros at follow-up, okay? in a way, by the way, that's not annoying. Ah, yes, that'll be great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down when I'm working my follow-ups list. I get to J. I'm going to do it just like a regular connect. I'm going to click on scripts and Facebook I'm going to use. Now I'm going to look for follow-ups. Look at this, follow-up number 1. Now, I just want you guys to know that I have 10 follow-up scripts in here, numbered in order, that have been refined over many years and many thousands of people, and they work amazing. You don't even have to think. You can just use my scripts, okay? So follow-up number 1 is this one. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? See, they're just really relational. They're not pushy. And I'm going to explain why they're not annoying. So I'll copy that script, okay? Same way. I'm going to paste it in here and work it up a little bit. Make sure the name's right. Actually, that one's good to go. I just changed the name. That's all I need. So we're going to do Facebook message. So I've got Facebook open right here. I'm still on Jay's record, actually. Right? So I'm going to message her. Boom, there she is. And I'm going to send that follow-up message. Okay, sent. Great. That message is sent. I'll go back to Teamzy and finish logging it. Now, really important, before you click that big blue log connect button, set the next follow-up. Okay? Maybe I'll follow up in 2 days. Okay, set the next one and then log it. So she's back on my follow-ups list. So on Thursday when I'm doing my power hour, she's going to show up on my follow-ups list as due, and I'm going to message her. Okay? And I'll just get follow-up number 2 and send it to her. Now, real quick, I want to talk to you guys real quick about following up because this is huge. And whether or not you use Teams, you can take this information I'm sharing with you right now and teach it to your teams. Okay. How many of you guys have heard the fortunes in the follow-up? You guys have heard this before. Now, did you guys know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? 80%. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Just real quick, how many of you guys follow up 10 times consistently? Anyone? I very rarely find somebody who says that's me, unless they've already been through my training. But I want you guys to know if you're following up 3 times after inviting somebody to something, which is, I think, the typical number that people who consider themselves good at follow-up would say they do is 3 times. You're missing out on the vast majority of sales because very few people will ever purchase after 3 follow-ups. In fact, I already told you 80% do it after 7. Okay? You're missing out on the vast majority of sales. And this is why people who told you they're not interested or didn't respond to your follow-ups sign up under somebody else because you weren't there when they were ready. So psychologically, people need more time. And I will also tell you that people who are interested, people who like you, respect you, and are even excited will still not respond, most cases, to 4 or 5 or even 6 follow-ups. They just won't respond at all. And there's a psychology behind it. I don't have a lot of time to get into it, but just trust me, it's true. And I know you've experienced it, which is why we have to keep following up if we want to get anywhere with them. But first up, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. I know you don't do it for 2 reasons. 1, you're not organized enough to do it. You don't have Teamzy yet working for you. Now you will. And 2, you don't want to be that annoying person, right? That's nagging people. Is that the reason? That seems to be the most common thing. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do it without being annoying, where people will thank you passionately. Thank you for following up with them so much. First, I need to shift your mindset. How many of you guys, and I know a few of you guys have your hands up already on your screen, but how many of you guys are here not just to make money, but because you truly believe you can help people change their lives? How many of you guys feel that way? Okay, good. I'm glad to see that because that means that you are my kind of people, right? You're the kind of people like me that really want to use this opportunity. Obviously, you can make a living doing this, which is great. But I mean, if you can do it, if you can make a living while really changing lives, that's amazing. Here's the real question, though. Honestly, if they never buy the product, how much influence can you really have on their life? Step 1 is getting the product into their hands, right? Getting the distributorship into their hands. That's step 1. And if 80% of those people won't do it until you followed up 7 to 10 times, I want you to know that if you really do want to help people, the only tool you have that can help people is your follow-up. And that is why I always say this: following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Write it down on a little sticky note, put it on the corner of your computer, on the mirror where you brush your teeth. Remind yourself, following up is an act of love. Loving people enough to follow up with them enough to help them get into the opportunity. That's how you do it. That's how you love them. And by the way, failing to follow up is communicating to them, I'm sorry, I just don't care enough about you to follow up with you more. And so stop creating these stories about why they're not answering. I'm here to tell you guys, if I had time, I'd go deeper into it. I'm here to tell you that there's no bad reason why they're not following up. People just don't respond to follow-ups. They just don't respond. There's stuff going on. So all the stuff you've created, that you've offended them, that they don't like you, that they have an overbearing husband, that they don't have any money, or they think it's too expensive, or whatever, that's all fiction you've made up. Just keep following up. Keep loving them through the process. Okay? And once you get the product in their hands, now you have an opportunity to help change their life. So following up is an act of love. Now I'm going to teach you the 2 principles so that your follow-ups are never annoying. Okay? Then we'll do some Q&A. 2 principles. A reminder, if you use my scripts, these principles are already built in. Okay? Principle number 1, never ask someone to do anything in your follow-up. Okay? Never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to text you back. Don't ask them to RSVP for the event. Don't ask them to complete their purchase. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay? When you follow up, don't ask them to do anything, because that's annoying. Number 2, second principle, your follow-ups need to be in texted format. Okay? They need to be sent via best is Facebook Messenger, second best is text. Do not call them. Do not leave them a voicemail. Do not send them an audio message or a video. Text format. Okay? Trust me. And it needs to be short. It needs to be short enough that they can read it on as a notification on their phone. Okay? You want it short enough so they can read it on notification on their phone. Why? Because they don't want to open your message. You want to make sure they see it and read it, but they're not going to open it because they're not going to respond. You guys do this, right? You don't open it because you don't want to admit you've seen it because you're not going to respond right now. Your people are the same way. And the truth is, it doesn't matter if they respond. The goal of a follow-up is not a response. The goal of a follow-up is that they see the follow-up. Okay? So don't ask them to do anything. You're going to keep your follow-ups positive, uplifting, hopeful, and they're all about how you're helping them, not about what you need from them. Okay? And if you look through my scripts, you'll see they're worked that way. All we're doing is reminding them that we're present and waiting for them and helping them. And what will happen is most people will give up after 2 or 3 follow-ups. When you keep going around the 6th follow-up, you'll get a response finally. In most cases, you'll get that first response, which is an apology. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I haven't responded. You're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for staying in touch with me. And it'll blow your mind. And you're welcome to screenshot that and send it to me and go, you were right, Eric, because I know I am. Okay? Just follow the system. But following up like a pro, it's about loving people and it's about being patient through this process. The truth is their subconscious mind is protecting them. They're not even aware it's happening from what seems like a scary change. And you have to be persistent and love them through the process. Does that make sense? Okay, let me show you how to do it in Teamzy to finish it off with Jay. And then we'll do some Q&A. So again, every day as I'm coming down my follow-ups list, and I get to J, I'll go in here. I can look at activity to see what I sent her last time. Okay, I sent her number 1. Great. I can go back to connect. I can get my scripts. Right. This time I'll get follow-up number 2. Just making sure you got my email. Checking to see if you have any questions. Great. Then a couple days later, maybe I'll send her this one. Follow-up number 3. Hi Jane, I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. Number 4. Hi Jane, just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Number 5. Hi, Jane, I hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. Do you see how these are phrased? They're not pushy. They're nice. And what they're designed to do is when she sees them, she'll smile. She'll think of you. She'll think of how excited she was about that opportunity. Okay? Every time you send a follow-up, make sure you set the next follow-up. You want to always set the next one before you log it so they stay on your follow-ups list. Keep them on your follow-ups list. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It only takes you a second or 2 to send a follow-up message in Teamzy. You don't have to spend any time even worrying about it. Just keep sending them, okay? Because you will hear crickets on the majority of them for a while, and that's okay. So when I finally get to Jay, let's say I followed up 10 times, she signs up, she buys a distributor kit, she's on the team, she's excited. She finally finished her purchase. How do I finish that off in Teamzy? So what I'll do is, so let's say I'm on my dashboard. I'll look her up to go to her record again. Okay. First thing I'll do is log my sale by clicking sale. Let's say she got a distributor kit, great. Again, that drop down will be different depending on your network. Okay. You can add a tag for what she bought or what product she's using. You can see I got a few different products there from different companies. Okay. So you can add tags to whatever you want. Let's see, what's another one I haven't done yet? Pink drink. Okay. Whatever. You can tag things, which is great. Now what I'll do here is member type, where it says prospect. I'll just click on distributor. That changes her. That moves her from my prospects list to my distributors list. Personally sponsored. So that's how I finished somebody off in the system. Now I went through the whole process. We connected with Jay to make her day. We had a conversation, asking questions, looking for wants and needs. Discovered some interest in the business. So I invited her to something. Then I followed up like a pro, followed up, 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 followed up. And she signed up. Now she's on my team. I'll continue to build the relationship, but she'll be a distributor now instead of a prospect. Whoa, did you get all that? Okay, awesome. Let's do some questions. Load your questions in the Q&A. I'll start answering them right now. Which Facebook page do we have? Can we get the recording of this video? On Teamzy's Facebook page. We'll make sure we email it out too, though. Okay. I saw you have a phone app. How do I download that? Oh, you mean the Teamzy app? It's not an app. It's actually a mobile website. But let me show you guys how this works. Hold on a second. Let me share my. I'm going to share my my iPhone screen with you guys. Just give it a second. All right, so you're seeing my iPhone screen. You guys see that? Okay, so you can see I've saved the Teamzy website to my home screen. It's right there. It says Teamzy. It's kind of on the right-hand side, so I'm going to click that. That brings me into Teamzy. Okay, so there's my Teamzy account. It's right there, ready to use. So it's, I can look somebody up. I can look up Jay. Go to her record. How cool is this, guys? Right? I can go in here and I can call her. I can log a connect. I can go to my scripts and get all of that right here on my phone, which is so cool. Okay, I can copy my script. And then what's cool here is I could actually toggle. I don't have it open, but let's say I could toggle over to Facebook Messenger, right? And I can actually send the message. This is all on my phone. How cool is this? Boom, I can send that message to her, toggle back to Teamzy, finish logging it. Okay? You guys with me? I didn't paste it in here, but you get the idea. Paste, boom, log connect. There, it's all done in my phone. How cool is that? So we don't have an app. It's a mobile website. Works just like an app. You don't need to download anything. What you do is you just go to Teamzy on your phone, and once you're there logged in, you just hit the little button that you can save to your home screen. It's like a little triangle. It's like a rectangle with an arrow sticking out on top of it. Okay, cool. So that's the same if you're on Chrome on an Android or if you're on Safari on an iPhone. Is there a way to merge contacts? Okay, Sarah, wow, that's a lot of names. Okay, great. So if you have identical contacts when you're doing imports, Teamzy will ignore those. It'll only import them once. It will eliminate most of the duplicates. So if you find a few duplicates in there, you just delete one. There's not a way to merge them yet. So stay tuned. That may be coming soon. But for the most part, 98% of your duplicates will be avoided just the way it imports. And then you have a little bit of cleanup as you go. Somebody may use a different name in Facebook than they do in your back office, for example. Andrea says, did you say how often you send a follow-up? Okay. The default for their rating or something more regular? Okay, so Andrea, just to clarify, there's two things. In our terminology, there's two things. One is a connect and one is a follow-up. Okay, they're separate. A connect is staying in touch. A follow-up is when I'm following up after sharing something about the business. Okay, so if somebody's a 5-star, they're going to come up on my dashboard to connect every single month. In other words, I'm just going to reach out to say, hey, Andrea, how are you? How are things going? What are you up to this month? Anything exciting happening for the holiday, whatever, just connecting with you. If you're 4 stars, you'll come up on my list every 60 days to stay in touch. If you're 3 stars, you'll come up every 90 days. Now, as I'm having a conversation with you, Andrea, and you're interested in learning more about the business, now I'm going to invite you to something, maybe an event, maybe a virtual event. Maybe you want to try a product. I'm going to give you a product to try. Now I'm going to put you on my follow-ups list. I'm going to set a follow-up with you where now I'm going to stay following up with you to say, how was it? What did you think? Or, are you interested in learning, whatever. Like I just now showed you guys. Okay. So how often do you follow up? That's up to you. Now, personally, if I invite somebody, say, to an event where they're learning about the business, I would follow up 3 days in a row, every day for 3 days, and then every few days after that. Right. And after following up, so you did 3 days and then every few days. So your first 5 follow-ups take maybe 10 days. Then after that, I don't know. Depends on how you feel. Every 4 days, every week, you can change, you can set whatever you want. Just keep them on your follow-ups list. Stay following up with them. Make sense? Okay. Davis says, I grow my Facebook network daily. Is there any way to get those over without copying them all, or will it only copy over new ones? Okay, so great question. The easiest way to do this, Deva, every day when you're connecting with people, I showed you guys how to do the bulk imports, but really the easiest thing is if you and I just became friends on Facebook, see this, I call him the purple circle guy. See right here on the top? If I click him or her or it, whatever you want it to be, then I just add you in really quick. Can't type, but it would be quick if you could type. Now you're on my prospect list. So if I make a new Facebook friend, I'm going to add them in manually each day. Now there's another reason why you want to do this. Now, if I wanted to connect with you right now, I could log it. But look, see the ads? The only way you get ads is by manually adding them. So every day as you're meeting people, you're going to want to get that 100%. You just get in the habit of adding them as you go. I would sometimes fall behind, so I would pull up my recently added on Facebook and add everybody. But you can always fall back if you fall way behind over several weeks. You can always do another bulk import from Facebook, and then it will not bring any duplicates, only the new people over, which is pretty cool. Okay. All right. So was that helpful? Was that helpful, guys? Good. I'm so honored that you're here with me tonight and that we got to teach you a little bit about Teamzy. I hope it was really helpful to you. I really hope this tool can help you not only leverage your time, but your heart in this business to really serve people and understand there's a better way to do this. There is a way to build this business as fast as other people have without stepping on any relationships, by serving people and sharing your heart. So I'm excited that you're the kind of people that are part of that want to be part of our Teamzy family. Couple action steps. Get your 30-day free trial started if you haven't already done that, okay? Second thing is, if you're in a free trial now, set up your subscription so when it ends, you don't lose access, okay? You can set it up anytime. You won't be billed till the end. I highly recommend that you guys get a success partner to do your trial with you. 30-day success partner, somebody who will hold you accountable and share your screens. Take a screenshot every day when you finish your Teamzy action steps and send it to your success partner. Okay, you'll get so much more out of it. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. God bless you. Have a great night.